What's going on? Lauren here, Planet Podcast. Let's get into episode 13 of SEAL Team for this season here on Paramount Network. Now, it ended last week with an epic kind of shit show. Revelations for Jason on the TBI and how he can maybe heal going forward. Clay and Sonny's relationship exploded because Sonny went off the deep end and decided he was going to go on a cocaine cowboy rampage, leaving Clay to risk everything to go get him. And it just kind of ended in this somber WTF moment. This week, they opened it up with what looks to be maybe almost no time pass, probably the next day. If we were looking at the time frame, maybe a little longer. They were waiting on some intel, so maybe it was a little longer than that. But you see Jason on the rooftop having this somber moment with Ray, where you can tell that there's been a load lifted off his chest. He feels better about his situation. He feels like he might actually be able to heal up. And they start joking about him operating longer. And he brings up the fact that maybe he should tell the rest of the team about what's going on with him. Now, I'm sitting here thinking like everyone knows because the only person left is Sonny, but then there is Brock, but we don't really care, right? And then there's Davis, who's part of the team, but she's not an operator. But he still feels the need of them want to tell them all. And Ray tries to back him down off of that, which he seems to kind of take. Then we see the Sonny and Clay dynamic is just no good. Clay just doesn't want nothing to do with Sonny's bullshit at all. And you can tell now that Sonny feels really, really shitty about what he's done. So we see that kind of unfold. And then we move forward a little bit to where Davis gets some intel on the op, right? And it's the nuclear facility is far more advanced than they thought. And their job is now going to be to dismantle, and take down this nuclear facility. And I'm like, dude, there's like 4 dudes here. What are we doing? They got no other help. So now it's going to be this clandestine mission to blow this thing to shit. And they don't know how they're going to do it. And Jason decides now's the time to come out and tell the guys, look, I'm not okay. I almost killed everybody. Maybe we should just pull the plug. Which, looking at his character, is a pretty big step for him to come out and admit that and then think, well, this is what's best for us. And then it kind of seemed almost arrogant for them to be like, nah, we need to finish this out. So he wants them to talk it over and come back and say, well, what do you want to do? And that's where you really see Sonny realize that what Clay is doing for the team. Clay left his kid there. He's risking everything to come down here and protect Jason and the team. And now Sonny feels like a giant asshole for doing what he's been doing and his relationship kind of blowing it all up. So they let the guys talk about it, and they decide they're going to move forward with this mission, that if they nix it, maybe Command will look into Jason and wonder why they pulled the plug, why wasn't this lead operator didn't want to do this mission, why didn't want to finish the job. I don't know. That did seem kind of like a stretch for me, but maybe that's how they would have saw it. Not really sure. So they decide they're going to blow this thing to shit. They get one extra hand, which is the guy who's down there, right? They get one extra guy to add to their team. Brock had like 4 lines, so I'm expecting Brock to die because it's the most he's ever talked in an episode. And Davis is going to go in the field, which she seems perfectly capable, with the exception, like, also, it's like Davis is capable of being out there and operating in the field, but also there's just this nervousness about her. I don't know if that's how it's supposed to play out, but it's definitely how I came across watching it. So they get their plan together. They get over there, and I'm like, no way this is going to go off without a hitch, right? First thing, soft compromise. What do they decide to do? Fuck, Sonny's ready to just pop this dude off. He's like, man, look, he saw us. He could blow this whole mission. We can just get rid of this guy right now. Sonny is way too eager to just shoot people. So they decide they're going to tie this guy up, throw him in the back of the van with Davis, which seems like a bad idea. She's got enough going on. Even the other guy there was like, hey, maybe I should stay here because she's got to launch the drone. She's got to keep an eye on other combatants. Now she's got to babysit this guy. She's got to drive the truck. Maybe that's too much for one person. And at first I'm like, just throw the dude back there to be fine. But it did seem like it kind of unfolded to be a little more. So the guys make their way down, dropping these little, like, I guess they're communication packets so that they can maintain a radio signal back to David, which that's going to be the first problem, obviously. So they get through. The first 2 security guys are driving down there. It seems to be going okay. And then Davis starts to have issues. She goes along to the drone. She's like, oh, there's wires here. Look, I fly a lot of drones. That shit ain't nothing. We fly it forward and up. Whoop. Not even an issue. I don't know why they made that an issue. That seemed like a stupid issue to like create a diversion or whatever. So dude busts out of the van. She takes care of that. But now everything's flustered and the team gets kind of compromised. Almost another soft compromise as security finds this little packet, and then they immediately determine that, well, something's not right. So the guys are down there about to set these charges up, and Sonny realizes that there's an extra pylon. They're going to blow 8 pylons. Now there's 9. And this is really the only, in all of the SEAL team episodes, there's not many times where Sonny comes out looking like he knows what he's doing aside from just being a machine gunner. But this episode, they decide they're going to give Sonny almost like a little bit of a redemption angle here where, no, I really know how to blow stuff up. He's like, I'm a demo god. That's what I do. And there's no way this building is coming down if there's 1 pylon left and we don't have enough charges to blow the pylons. Meanwhile, you've got, VSP coming in, and there's 6 VSP. And I'm thinking, they're like, oh, well, we're outgunned. Man, look, we watch these guys go like 4 on 40 all the time. Why is all of a sudden 6 on 3 is a big problem? That seemed a little bit overplayed to me. Like, I don't know why. I felt like they should have just been fine against 6 guys. And Jason kind of realizing that maybe he shouldn't be the one at the forefront of that fight was kind of a big deal. Big deal for him to step back and say, all right, Clay, I need you to go, which is also, I'm like, kind of a dick move because Clay's got like a newborn. He hasn't even held yet. Let's just send Clay head first into fucking almost uncertain death here. That seemed like kind of a dick move, but I get it. That's what I'm telling you, CJ. They throw my man Clay up the ladder a little bit, but Jason also realizes that Clay's not out to get him, and they really need to make decisions that are the best for the team. And, you know, being team leader means you really need to delegate sometimes. And that delegation, maybe you just need to hang back and let the better people go up front. Whatever it is. So you've got Brock, Clay, and then the other guy that was down there. I don't know his name. I don't think he's really important. But I'm thinking to myself, oh, Brock is for sure not coming out of this. He said too much already. So they go down there. They're getting in a gunfight that just seems, I don't know. It seemed a little bit like they should have done better. I don't know why. It just seemed like they didn't hit anybody. They were, make every bullet count, and they're just not making any of the bullets count. Seemed a little crazy. So Sonny's over here throwing a fit like there's no way this building's coming down. And they decide they're going to ram the truck into one of the pylons, disable the truck. Now they got to exfil on foot.